Welcome to Final Whistle Football News, the home of daily football and transfer updates. Subscribe now and join the community of true football lovers. Never miss a moment from the beautiful game. My first news is Vinicius Junior apologizes to Real Madrid fans following reaction to El Clásico substitution. Vinicius Junior has issued an apology via social media following Sunday's explosive El Clásico match. Real Madrid beat Barcelona 2-1, but the match created more talking points than just the score, with Vinicius first reacting to being substituted, before coming back to remonstrate with Barcelona players alongside some of his colleagues. He was booked for his actions, and has now apologized. Vinicius Junior took to X to release an apology for his behavior in Sunday's El Clásico match against Barcelona. Real Madrid won 2-1 courtesy of goals from Kylian Mbappé and Jude Bellingham, but for Vinicius, the match left a sour taste after he was substituted in the 72nd minute. He reacted to being called off the pitch, heading straight down the tunnel after being reportedly caught saying, "Always me. I'm leaving the team, it's better if I leave, I'm leaving." While the Brazilian star did eventually return to sit on the bench, he was later yellow-carded after getting involved in a confrontation with some Barcelona players alongside many of his colleagues, his ire seemingly directed at Lamine Yamal. "Today I want to apologize to all the Madridistas for my reaction when I was substituted in the Clásico," Vinicius said on social media. "Just as I have already done in person during today's training, I also want to apologize again to my teammates, the club, and the president. Sometimes passion gets the better of me because I always want to win and help my team. My competitive character stems from the love I feel for this club and everything it represents. I promise to keep fighting every second for the good of Real Madrid, as I have done since the first day." Vinicius' future at Real Madrid remains uncertain amid reports that he is unhappy, and does not seem to be an integral part of Xabi Alonso's plans. He did not mention the manager directly in his apology. Vinicius has scored 5 times in La Liga this season, but has yet to find the back of the net in the UEFA Champions League. The Brazilian has also only played the full 90 minutes 3 times in La Liga, and not once in the Champions League. He is under contract to stay at the Bernabeu until 2027, having signed a 4-year extension back in 2023, but whether he sees that through remains to be seen. My second news is Bukayo Saka reveals what has changed at Arsenal this season in Premier League title race. Arsenal have been named as the clear favourites in the Premier League title race after taking an early lead over their rivals. It's the 4th campaign in a row where the Gunners are seemingly in contention to lift the trophy at the end of the season, with the past few all ending in second-placed finishes. After 9 games, most teams in the Premier League look inconsistent, while Arsenal are the only team regularly performing well so far. Mikel Arteta has already built up a 4-point lead from second, while the likes of Tottenham, Man City and Liverpool sit 5, 6 and 7 points behind respectively. There is a feeling of change at Arsenal, one that Bukayo Saka has detailed after a busy summer for the team. Bukayo Saka hails Arsenal squad depth for early Premier League title challenge. Arsenal's injury troubles bit them hard last season, seemingly costing them a chance to compete at the very top. A busy summer for Andrea Berta helped to change all of that. As a whole host of fresh concerns have been handled well by a deeper squad, Saka gave plenty of praise to the whole squad, crediting them for the change in how the team has started this season. He told Sky Sports, "This year, I feel we're a very strong group and we've got a lot of quality. We've already suffered a lot of injuries, but the players that have come in have shown that we can all keep the level at the top at the highest. That's what it's going to take for us to go all the way. I think that's where we've slipped off in a few seasons, but this season, I think we've got that. And it's making me really believe we can do it." Arsenal's injury issues are still persisting, with the likes of Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz, Noni Madueke and Gabriel Jesus all still out of action. Despite that, all of the replacements have worked well in ensuring the Gunners can get as many points as possible. Attention now turns to continuing that streak, with plenty of football still left to be played. Bukayo Saka's injury record at Arsenal. Saka is among those players who are impacted the most by the squad depth available at Arsenal this season. The winger has often played every minute available for the Gunners, something that may not be sustainable so early in his career. Injuries hit the Hale End Academy graduate last season, but with the ability to switch him out in some games, there is now an ability to rest him if needed. The big injury that impacted Saka last season could be viewed as a potential warning for the future. As a result, having those options to help lighten the load is particularly useful to Arsenal for the future. My third news is Barcelona adds €75 million rated ace striker to shortlist as possible Lewandowski replacement. With Robert Lewandowski's contract expiring at the end of the season, FC Barcelona seem to be planning for life after him, with no indications of a potential renewal. A top striker, thus, has become a major target for the Catalan sporting department, led by director Deco, with several names being linked. Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland are seen as the dream targets, but will likely be out of the club's reach due to various factors. At the same time, the Blaugrana are also keeping an eye on up-and-coming players like Eda Ayong and Fisnik Aslani, Victor Osimhen on Barcelona's shortlist. Now, according to Mundo Deportivo journalist Gabriel Sanz on Radiosport, Barcelona have added Galatasaray and Nigerian hitman Victor Osimhen to their shortlist of strikers for 2026 as well. Osimhen, 26, is one of the most accomplished centre-forwards in European football, entering the prime years of his career, after a falling out at Napoli, where he tasted great success. The Nigerian international has been with Galatasaray since 2024, initially joining on loan before the move was made permanent last summer. So far this term, Osimhen has scored 6 goals from 9 games in all competitions for the Turkish Giants, with whom he has a contract until 2029. As per Gabriel Sanz, Barcelona are keeping a close eye on the 26-year-old striker, but there have been no meetings or dialogue between the two parties so far. Much will depend on the club's financial situation entering 2026 if they intend to make a move for the Nigerian international, as he will not come cheaply. For now, though, Osimhen is a player that Barcelona admire and are tracking closely, as they look to move on from Lewandowski next year. Player valuation and title obtained from transfermarket.com on date of publication. My fourth news is PSG report record €837 million revenue drive by UCL win. October 29, Paris Saint-Germain have posted record revenue of €837 million, $976 million, for the 2024-25 season, fueled by the club's historic Champions League triumph. The results mark a €31 million increase on last year's total, €806 million, and cement PSG's status as one of world football's biggest commercial operations, ranking third in Deloitte's Football Money League. The club's commercial revenue hit €367 million, driven by 6 new partnerships, while matchday income reached €175 million, supported by a sellout streak of 170 consecutive home games. This enthusiasm was met with perhaps the most dominant season ever in French football. PSG's men's team swept to an unprecedented season, lifting the Champions League, Ligue 1, French Cup, and Trophy de Champions, before finishing runners-up at the Club World Cup. The long-awaited European title delivered on Qatar Sports Investments, QSI, 14-year project since taking ownership in 2011. Yet despite the record turnover, PSG again reported an undisclosed annual loss, following last year's deficit of around €60 million. The club's challenge remains structural. The relatively low broadcast income from Ligue 1 and a stadium capacity of 48,000 continue to limit long-term profitability. That issue lies at the heart of PSG's tension with Paris City Hall. The Parc des Princes remains owned by the city, and Mayor Anne Hidalgo has stood firm on her refusal to sell. Our door is always open to expanding the Parc des Princes, not to sell, but to expand, she told Le Parisien earlier this year. Frustrated by the stalemate, PSG are now exploring alternative stadium sites in Passy and Massy, both outside Paris, with a final decision expected by autumn 2026. Any new ground would likely exceed 60,000 capacity, a critical step if PSG are to compete financially with the likes of Real Madrid and Manchester United, who lead global revenue charts at €6 to €7 billion valuations and billion euro revenues. For now, PSG's €837 million headline offers a powerful snapshot of success. But beneath the numbers lies a club still battling with the politics, property, and the economics of French football. My last news is Chelsea want 23-year-old who is one of the greatest talents in the world in his position. Chelsea are interested in signing the Parma goalkeeper Zion Suzuki in the coming month. According to a report via Sport Witness, multiple clubs are keeping tabs on the 23-year-old Japanese international and Chelsea are hoping to get the deal done. Chelsea could use Zion Suzuki. Robert Sanchez has not been able to live up to the expectations at the London club, and Chelsea are looking for alternatives. It will be interesting to see if they decide to make a move for the Parma goalkeeper in the coming weeks. The Italian outfit signed the Japanese goalkeeper for a fee of around €10 million, and they are likely to demand a premium for him. Chelsea have the finances to get the deal across the line, and they would do well to secure his signature. Suzuki is a talented young goalkeeper with a bright future. He will only improve with coaching and experience. Regular football in the Premier League could bring out the best in him. Chelsea are among the biggest clubs in the world, and the opportunity to join them will be quite exciting for the goalkeeper. Former Sint-Truiden boss Torsten Fink once told Wallfoot, "He is considered one of the greatest talents in the world in his position and we have to polish him." Suzuki is a player in demand. Italian clubs like AC Milan and Inter Milan are keeping tabs on his situation as well. It remains to be seen whether the goalkeeper is prepared to move to the Premier League and leave Italian football. It will be difficult for Chelsea to convince Parma to sell the player in the middle of the season. They will struggle to replace him in January. He is one of their best players, and losing him in January would be a blow for them. It is fair to assume that any move might have to wait until the summer transfer window. It remains to be seen whether Chelsea can negotiate a reasonable deal for the Japanese international. Suzuki was linked with Manchester United as well. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Final Whistle Football News, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing, what are your thoughts on these updates? Comment below.